What's up? We praise the fallen.
I am Matthew Thomas. This is Super Cool Radio coming at you from PTF Headquarters in a super secret location. I'm not allowed to say where. My friends have fallen joining me for a second full band interview. Haven't talked to them as a full band since season 1. So now they're back for season 3 now. Recently released a brand new single entitled Degenerate Types on all the streaming platforms. Make sure to check it out. Please welcome Praise the Fallen.
Hey.
What's up, everyone?
Hello.
Making Praise the Fallen joining me. We got Andy on guitar, Steven on bass, Kenny on drums, and Jammie on guitar and vocals.
Right on. What's up?
Very nice to have you guys. As I said, it's been a little bit for a full band interview, about a year and a half now, so
We've been busy.
I definitely know that. I've been keeping up with you guys. So before we really get started with everything, I know you guys had some really killer shows in 2021, now 2022 as well. Who's some bands you played with that people should check out?
Oh, man.
The first one that comes to mind is Taylor Road.
Taylor Road.
These guys are fucking killer.
We played with those guys in Kentucky, and we brought them to South Bend. They played with us, and now they're trekking around with everybody out there.
Autumn Academy, obviously.
Yeah, Autumn
I
Academy.
love those guys, so those two probably.
Yeah.
For sure.
God, who else did we play with?
I know you've done a ton of shows.
Yeah, we
Yeah, it's
done
hard
a
to
lot.
The No Deceit band.
Oh, yeah, from Kentucky.
Also from Kentucky.
Badass, country rock band.
Rock, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Great.
Okay.
Yeah, they were fantastic.
Forgot about them. Yeah. Blood from a Stone. I'm going to give a shout out to David.
Oh, yeah, those guys.
David
too.
Bren, Blood from a Stone.
You guys are awesome out of Fort Wayne.
Those guys are great, too. Kickbacks. Play the Kickbacks.
Oh, yeah, nice. Yeah.
Osterbox from around here.
Osterbox.
Fuck yeah, dude. Those dudes, we played with them at Cheers. They brought it,
Brought it, man. And
They do.
They brought it.
they're doing
for sure.
great. The Shovel was pretty good, too.
Yeah.
They're all right, too. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Magic Hat.
I do love me some
No,
Magic Hat.
dude. Yes.
I love
God,
that.
And they got a guitarist now, so they're probably going to be doing more stuff.
They got a new guitar
Yeah,
player.
What about Sunflower Dead, dude? They were awesome.
Those dudes are awesome.
Sunflower Dead was awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, we like them.
I had a chance to interview the guitarist. Very cool dude.
He's a rad fella. Yeah.
I think the last year and a half of kind of weirdness that everybody's been through also gave a lot of people a lot of extra time to maybe write some pretty cool tunes.
Yeah.
It seems like I've heard, I know that's true for us.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think also the energy, too. To really, I've been to a bunch of shows, and I think people really bring a lot more energy to the shows now.
But yeah.
I think you're right. I think they got so used to it,
Captivity.
and then when it's taken away from you,
Year and a half.
you're like, oh, we took that kind of for granted, and now that it's back, it's like, I'm going to put everything I got into this now while I'm here,
For sure.
So, yeah.
Oh, definitely. So, and now focusing on you guys, obviously I'm chatting with Praise the Fallen. So what's kind of the goals for Praise the Fallen for the next couple of years? Where's the direction you guys are heading?
We want to make killer music, play killer shows, and have good fans and have fun and rock out, man. Music we make music that makes us happy, and the goal is we hope that it makes other people happy that listen to it.
Yeah.
That's, I think, a big goal for us. Yeah.
I would like to see us on the big rock fest on. That's our goal. I believe that we can be the guys that we are, be the responsible gentlemen that we are. We all have jobs and stuff. We're not really, maybe one day we'll tour, but right now we're not really focused on that. We're focused on just taking this to the biggest level we can and still fulfilling our responsibilities, So we feel we could do those rock fests. We could hold our own with those big rock fests, I think, like Upheaval. We're trying to get on that. Check out our promo code for that, by the way.
You still going on?
Yep, we're still in that.
I'll leave a link in the description for that.
Yes.
Yeah.
We're trying to get on Upheaval. The Rock Fest up in Wisconsin. Anywhere,
It'd be rad to,
Midwest.
Play some local gigs in the winter, focus on the studio, and then summer comes around and it's like, okay, cool. We have 4 or 5 massive rock festivals booked. That's what we're going to do.
Ohio, Kentucky,
You know what I mean?
Michigan, just the Midwest.
That would be, that'd be fun.
We don't want to just play in just this area. We want to play all over the Midwest. The music belongs out there throughout the Midwest on good stages, good sound systems, good venues, good people. We want to work with good people, good promoters, stuff like that,
Yeah.
So
I think it's a really good goal, I think, and a great mindset, too. And obviously, I always see, promos for festivals going on, in the surrounding states and stuff. So they're definitely out there.
yeah,
for all
man.
that stuff.
Yeah, like Heartsick. We know Heartsick. We played shows with Heartsick. I've known Alfonso a long time. Now they're finally doing it, man. They're on those rock fests,
Yeah.
Shout out to them, too. Love those guys, man. They're great dudes,
They've definitely been
Well
killing it.
deserved. Hard workers. Yeah.
Oh, for sure. They've been killing. I know they went on like I think 3 or 4 tours. Like they were really busy last year.
Yeah.
Going on a bunch of different tours. Because I saw them with the Killer's Confession early in the year, and I think they went on tour with Comey Christ. Comey Christ. There we go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Killer's Confession and Combi Christ. Yeah.
Yeah. There we go.
Yeah. As far as us, we were just talking before you got here, talking about we're going to branch out and do some weekend treks. We might not be able to tour like for a month or whatever because we all have jobs and stuff. So we're going to do what we can. We're going to do some weekend treks out of state and stuff like that. Maybe we're talking to Rick Hurley. Maybe you might work with Rick and do some of that stuff like that. Maybe with Mud Creek and maybe Lines of Loyalty. It's definitely like those guys.
I
But I
mean,
want to give a
shit.
shout out to that band too.
Yeah.
Sure. I haven't met them yet. Haven't seen them yet. But I'm listening and I see what's going on. And
What did we do this fall? We did Buck Cherry on Tuesday and something else on Friday,
Yeah,
Saturday. I mean, I'd rather do Friday, Saturday, home on Sunday than.
right, but we've done. It depends on the
It was
bill.
raw,
man.
by the way.
Yeah.
We did
that's
Raw
right.
Piers. We did
Buck Cherry on Tuesday.
Buck Cherry on a Tuesday.
Yeah.
We did.
Kids' first day of school was the following Wednesday.
So you were good.
No, dude. I was like, I gotta get home and get these kids ready.
Well, you do what you got to do, man.
Yeah.
These nationals. This is a passing through area as far as our area. And those bands are passing through. They're on their way to the bigger city. They're playing the bigger cities on Fridays and Saturdays mainly. Sometimes you get lucky and they're playing here Friday and Saturday. Like Puddle of Mud was a weekend we played. That was an awesome show.
Yeah.
And I don't care what anybody says about Puddle of Mud. You can ask Andy, you can ask these guys. They threw the fuck down.
Oh yeah, Puddle Mud was fucking awesome.
I don't care. West is straight now. They sounded awesome.
So they started with War Pigs,
And that place,
I was like,
was.
dude, yeah, it was awesome.
Yeah, dude.
They were great. They were
Puddle of Mud
fucking
is a
awesome.
pro fucking band. Dude.
That was one of the best, like, of all the national bands, like, they brought.
Oh, Buck Cherry and Core.
Oh yeah,
I met those guys, Core, that was touring with Buck Cherry.
Those dudes are rad. They had like this kind of 80s dual shredding like guitar thing happening. It was pretty badass.
I think it's important to remember though that I think another side benefit of what we went through the last 18 to 24 months is that a lot of the bands that were the guys in the band dabble in this don't exist anymore.
Oh yeah.
And while Jamie's right, we all have full-time jobs and everything else. We don't do anything else. None of us do anything other than our job and this band. For the most part, we have no other interests or this is not a hobby. I don't dabble in this.
Yeah, we're trying to take it as big as we can, but still fulfill the responsibilities. If some management company or something wants to come and take us on, and they're able to work with that, we're definitely interested in working with big people. We'd love to quit our day jobs, but let's face it, people. Reality. Reality. We're all we're older gentlemen. We have a couple of these guys got families and stuff, and that my kid's grown and stuff and that. But my whole thing is like with us, just doing it as big as we can, and like I said, just fulfill our responsibilities, but still do just as much as I love seeing these bands touring and stuff. I would love to tour. It'd be awesome. But then you got to take time off of work, and you're taking money away from yourself, and you got bills to pay and stuff. So it's like, okay, well, how can we do this? Well, we can get on these big rock fests. We can play weekend treks. We can do the best we can and put out awesome music, put out albums, put out EPs, put out videos. We're doing everything that everybody else is doing too.
There's a lot of ways to reach an audience. I agree.
Yeah, and also, just realizing you said you haven't interviewed us for a year. A lot's happened in a year.
Yeah.
I almost died last year.
Yeah.
So when I was on my, COVID-19 bed last year, I told these guys, I said, this next year is going to be our year. It's going to be we're going to work harder than we worked last year. Because I personally have a goal to make our mark,
Yeah.
For sure. Right, guys?
Absolutely.
These guys were there for me when I was in the hospital too. There's a major brotherhood in this band. That also I feel brought us closer together. Kind of funny.
Well, stuff, things like that will either tear people apart or bring them together. I know you guys, just hanging out with you guys, not like on film doing interviews, just hanging out with you guys you guys are, you're having a good time, you're joking, you're laughing, you actually enjoy being around each other.
Yeah, we're friends, man. We hang out outside the band too. We make it a point to do that. We have cookouts and stuff. Andy cooks his chicken. I'm just saying, birthday parties and stuff. Yeah, we're friends, And I wouldn't want it any other way. That's the way I've always wanted this band to be. Several people out there might have seen we went through members before. This lineup's been solid for 3 years now. But that's because I was always searching for that brotherhood, and we finally have it, and it's outside of music too. We care about each other.
And that's how it really should be if you want really, unless you're getting paid a bunch of money to hang out with people you don't like.
Right.
No one's going to hang out.
There's a lot of bands like that. It's all business, but they hate each other,
Well, there's exceptions to every rule. I mean,
Right.
The Eagles were a pretty good band. I don't think any of them were really good friends.
Black Pearl
Right.
is another good example.
Yeah.
But
Well, I
I
just
think
saw-
they're making some pretty decent money, though.
Brother, yeah.
Right.
I wish Liam and Noel Gallagher would get back together.
Right. But anyway,
Yeah.
sorry, off the subject.
That's all right. That was a nice side. But to my point, though, with the way music is, music industry and stuff, I think if you really want to actually make great music, but also have a good time, you have to be around people you like being, you like hanging out with. I think that's a very, very strong point. I think that's what makes you guys so good. Not only musically, is that you enjoy actually playing with each other.
Oh, yeah. Not in a bromo way.
Well,
I mean, speak for yourself.
I don't enjoy playing with each other. No, but it's not just that. Like, there'll be a week, maybe he misses, he's got work, he's out of town or whatever, he'll come back there's late, like, how's it going, man? It's like, God, I missed you. It's like that with this band, dude. It's crazy, We're happy to see each other. And we're always ready to throw down, too.
For sure.
Make the magic happen while you can.
Exactly, for sure. And I know, actually, last year, you guys recorded a music video for Carpe Diem.
Yes.
How was it recording that, and what was the idea around it and all
It
that?
was hot that day.
The idea was to not overthink it too much.
Yeah.
before we get started on that, massive shout out to Nick Bliss.
Nick Bliss.
Did a
I love that
fantastic-
dude.
Fantastic
I love that
job.
dude. He's an awesome-
And Christine.
And Christine
And
and
Brent.
Brent. Yeah,
Stuff.
yeah, huge
Yeah.
shout out to those.
Those guys are great. They're great.
Yeah, it was fun. I mean, we kind of were like, okay, what's the song about? It's about like seizing the day, and then we had the idea like, all right, like everybody has shitty stuff that happens in their day, but it's like, all right, like get over it. And so that was kind of the theme of like,
Right.
okay, like some shitty stuff happens, like
Live your life.
We end up
Seize the moment. Enjoy the moment. Don't
right, yeah,
don't
yeah,
let things
exactly.
get in the way of
Have
that.
fun.
Song is self-explanatory,
Don't go
Yeah.
pissing your life away. Live it one day at a time.
especially when you open a beer up and it splashes in your face.
Yes.
That's a bad morning.
Relatable.
There you go. You tear your last rolling paper.
Right.
Yeah, that was the whole kind
And
of.
actually, that video was thrown together on the spot. We threw it together. Like, we talked about, well, what are we gonna do? We had ideas, but then we really threw it together when we were all here together.
If we would
That day.
have thought any harder about it, it would have lost its authenticity.
I think so.
Exactly.
I think so, yeah.
I think so.
It wouldn't have been us.
The drones were cool.
Yeah, all the shots and the video, I think it looks awesome. And actually, you guys did a little bit of acting as well.
Yes, I wanted to do that. I wanted that, not just a performance video.
Yeah, I mean, I went to the Juilliard School for.
Oh, really?
Yeah, little known fact about me, but.
Oh, wow. I can't believe that.
And then we used the jackal footage. And we helped the jackal.
Yeah.
Used the concert footage in
Yeah.
between it. We thought that was cool to show, just to show how we are in front of an audience too, but also show people like, let's not be too serious. Show that we can be funny and have fun, and also,
Today.
yeah.
I think it really fit the mood of the song. And also, I like the blue and green light with you and Steven.
Yeah, that was right in that wall right over there. It's in that room right
We
there.
recorded the
Yeah,
trailer right out here.
out in front in the
Oh, really?
grass. Yeah, the drone footage is right out front.
Here
Out
at
here.
the top secret HQ location.
Right.
Did you have a permit for that?
PTF Headquarters.
Of course.
The drone? Yeah, I guess Nick did.
Everything's permitted.
We comply with all local and non-local regulations at all times.
Yes.
No drone.
Yes. That's not the Saxon version of Carpe Diem, by the way.
The fun part was playing.
Did you get that a lot?
No, I just saw that. I was like,
The fun part
what?
recording
They got
going out
they got
there
a song,
on that
Saxon, denim and leather. Denim and leather.
What are you saying?
Well, the fun part about recording that was going out of the trailer and playing unplugged.
Yeah.
Like the only thing we had, everything was
Oh
out.
yeah.
Wait, what? Wait, hold on.
Kenny, none of us could hear the song. Kenny had it playing through his in-ear monitors,
Yeah, he's
and
gonna
so we
learn
just like based on the drums. Kenny played drums, and we were all unplugged, like
Yeah.
trying like, okay,
And
this
then
is what I'm
the
supposed to be
show.
playing.
You can't lip sync drums, really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's playing the drums, so all you hear is actual drums.
Yeah.
Like yeah, it was
So
a
we're
challenge.
pretending out there, basically. But I sang it for real out loud. 'Cause
Yeah.
that you can't do that. You can lip sync it, but it doesn't.
So is
You
that
know?
difficult to try
Yes.
to line up between just vocals and drums and just
Yeah.
act like you're, playing a show?
Absolutely.
Like
Yeah.
we were playing a big show. You know?
Yeah.
Like
And we put all the equipment on the frickin'
Yeah, I
thing.
saw it.
Because they're like, well, we gotta have amps on there because it looks stupid if you're playing guitar and there's no amp. And
Well,
like, it's just that looks lame.
And I
you know?
got to be careful with how I say it because I don't want to give up the top secret location.
Yes.
Right.
And these guys don't know this yet, but like there's a commercial entity that's on the other side of the roadway from me.
Yep.
And about a week later, I had reason to visit there, and I know the owner, and he said, "Were you playing your drums out in like basically in the front yard last weekend for a while?" And I go, "Well, yeah, sort of. We were filming a music video." But anyway, it was a pretty funny
I
interaction.
can see him like just looking out the window going, what is that guy doing?
Well,
Right.
people were driving down the road. They probably saw it too, right? We saw cars driving by.
it would be a
People
ton
were
of fun,
waving,
like
like-
to.
Hey.
We've
Yeah.
talked about this before because like we have all the like PA and sound and shit to actually put all that shit on a trailer and like go like drive it through downtown
Yeah, we could do
and
it.
like play. Like I've seen Dave Grohl has
Run
done
a
that
generator.
before.
Yep.
Rage
Rage machine.
Yeah, like that would be fun to do.
Except for like we probably
Definitely make
secretly
your
get the permit.
Yeah,
We would just get the permit secretly and pretend like we were doing those.
yeah.
Create our own
Like,
parade,
don't tell anyone
you know?
we have the permit, but like have it like laminated just so
I'm just being honest.
It's a PTF
I like
parade.
this idea. And then you have a media team go, what are you guys doing? You don't have a permit for that.
here's our permit.
It's a PTF parade.
Full disclosure, there's a nearby municipality that I've had that exact discussion with their mayor before, and he's cool with it. So,
Well,
whenever you guys want to bring that idea back to life, I'm ready to talk
make sure to loop me in. I can.
about it.
Yeah.
I'm down for that.
You know, a courthouse steps kind of.
Well, we'll need a driver.
You're
Hey,
driving a tractor.
We need a driver. So.
And a documentarian.
And a documentarian. Yes.
Right.
You have to
He's
drive
definitely a
and film.
documentarian. Right.
I might be able to do that.
No pro.
I've always wanted to do that kind of documentary where there's also like side interviews during the course of it.
Yeah.
You know, where I can go, I don't know what Andy was thinking at that moment.
Kind of like the office.
Sometimes he's just
Yes.
full of shit, and we have to. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, just kind of like the office. Just like,
Yeah.
Yeah, like the cutaway, yeah.
Yeah.
And be like, I wasn't sure if he was serious or not, but apparently, we just went with it.
Yeah.
Right.
But that's really awesome. I hope that comes to fruition because I would love it. And it doesn't sound like you have to grease any of the wheels either, so you just get the permit and get going.
We just need a generator.
we got that.
PTF on the move.
Right.
So we're
Rolling through your town.
rolling through a town near you.
Yes.
They have power in their light poles.
You have to have a generator, though.
We can figure it
Plug
out.
into the light poles.
So,
I've heard you guys are sort of smart, so I think you'll figure it out.
kinda. I guess we're kind of smart.
We're pretty well rounded.
He did go to Juilliard.
Yeah, you did? I didn't even know.
You heard him earlier.
Yeah. I mean, let's keep it on the DL because like.
Well, it's on film now. I don't know how you're gonna do that.
Well, yeah, just old agents and stuff coming after me.
I got offered to go to Juilliard, but I went to MIT instead.
Naturally.
Yeah.
Naturally, he used to be a janitor, right? And then he used to solve all the
Yeah,
equations and
middle of the
the.
night, I wouldn't tell anybody about it.
Yeah.
Really?
right, yeah.
That sounds like a very familiar story.
No.
No?
No,
No,
it's
okay.
totally original.
All right.
I used to change the toilet paper rolls in Sound City.
Do you like apples?
And record music at night?
Yeah.
Boys, wicked smack.
Me and Dave go way back.
Go hook me up with an interview then.
Right.
You were the bathroom cleaner in Sound City.
Yeah, I'll take that job.
All right, so some very recent news for you guys. You guys, Praise Fallen just dropped brand new single. I really enjoyed that is Degenerate Types.
Thank you.
Shout out to Wayne on that one.
Wayne Russell.
The Wayne Russell.
Yeah, Wayne Russell.
There's only one.
Love Muscle. There can only be one.
There's only one.
Yeah.
Broken Glass Soundscape
Yeah.
Studios. It's in Osceola here.
At an undisclosed location.
Yes.
Yeah.
No giveaways.
Yeah, come on.
Come on now.
Hey,
PTF.
I signed a bunch of
Studios,
paperwork just to get in.
Yeah.
PTF Studios too.
I really enjoy it. I think it's got obviously really big sound, really hits hard. So how was it for you guys, like writing and recording that? What was kind of the idea behind it?
Well,
That was kind of an older song that you had, right, Jamie?
yeah.
We like
We wrote that when Stevie was in the band.
Yes, it was a song that I guess never kind of saw the light of day, and they played it, and kind of Jamie and Steven brought the idea to me and Kenny, and we were like, "Fuck yeah, let's a little supercharge it a little bit, you know,
Yeah.
get a little tenacity on it," and we really liked it.
Well, let's go back a little bit too. In 2016 we recorded at T. Bush Studios, Tim Bush song. He did a good job on our 2016 album. He's a really good producer too. That was the thing with Tim. He produced it, he gave us production on that album. And we worked with Nick Nativo, and he did a good job and everything. But we wanted to find a guy that could give PTF more its sound,
And more local.
more and local too. We were driving to Illinois.
To clarify that,
Right.
nothing against Nick.
No, we love Nick.
Part of the one of the reasons, big reasons and benefits to working with Wayne is because he's local. Is because in order to develop a sound like that, you have to spend a lot of time. It's
Going
not just
back and forth.
go
Yeah.
record and then it's done. So we've spent a ton of time back and forth with Wayne about how to,
Right.
little tweaks that
Little
maybe
tweaks,
the listener will never notice, but when there's a bunch of them, it starts to kind of coalesce into be what you hear.
Like the way Degen starts and that. Wayne
Yes.
thought of that.
Yeah, and just we spent 4 weeks working out guitar tones.
Just on that. Just the tones.
Tweaking the bass tones,
Yeah.
working on different vocal effects, rounding out some of the snare and all of it, dude.
Yeah.
I know it took a little bit long because I know you were talking to me about it since I think right summer of last year. I want to say
We started in September, right?
I think so, yeah.
We still have how many more songs to get done?
Down a couple
We're talking about doing 6 because we just wrote a new one today.
Yeah, we
It's like a pop
Well,
song.
we've been tracking. Steven's right. We've been tracking other stuff too.
Yeah. So Hollow Man, about there. That one's about done. Passion is one that's a beast of a song.
It's a metal.
It's
metal.
It's a gnarly
PTF
thing.
brings the metal on this
Yeah.
song. Wait till you hear this song.
That'll probably be the last to come out. Then we got Distance, which is, we got drums, going to go there on guitars, and then Temporary, which is 90% there, but we're still kind of tweaking how we want this big, massive, kind of Pink Floyd-y sort of solo that transitions into.
It's got a 3 Days Grace kind of vibe.
Yeah. So it's
Some thrash gallops.
we're grinding, on it. But so some of these songs that we're working with a lot more complexity and transitions and tempo changes and time changes.
That comes with you. Before Andy, I did a lot of the writing. Okay, now that the lineup is solid, everybody's writing.
Yeah.
So it's changing the sound, and the band's becoming more rounded now.
There's more
And-
those songs
Yeah.
that have a lot of complexity in them. They take a lot of time to get right to the point where you're even ready to go to the studio.
Right.
And then the process with Wayne has been, we're not okay, this is recorded, it's done. We're well, hold on, how about this here? What about this tone here? Well,
Right.
wait, let's tweak that. And then, so it's a longer process, but I think the end result is kind of speaks for itself.
There's a lot of bands that rush into just going and recording their song. Go, okay, that's it. And then later on, it'll be oh man, we should have done this or we should have done that. We want to have it give it time, let it breathe a minute, listen to it a few times. Go, okay, like he said, well, let's do this too.
Right.
We had Temporary a certain way, and then we thought of another change.
Right.
We can do better than that. It's kind of mundane a little bit. And we decided to change it up, and it's going to be better than it was before.
Yeah.
Same as Degen. Degen was the same way, We all worked together on that. And
Tweaks.
Andy wrote lyrics for Passion Isn't Pretty and brought them to me. He actually thought I was going to be offended. And I was like, no, man, this This is how a
Yeah.
band should work, man. This is how bands work, you know?
We've been, like, I mean, shit, Steven wrote that pre-chorus.
Yes, Steven wrote the pre-chorus for Degen.
We've had a lot of
You know?
a really good, creative, collaborative working relationship, over the
And that's
past-
also me being open to that.
Right.
Going, yeah, man, bring your idea in. It has nothing to do with, as far as like, I stumble on like, man, I can't think of anything else here lyrically. Can you help me out? These guys are like, here, try this. Awesome. You just saved me some work. It's great. I love what Steven came up with for Degen, man. Yeah.
Generally, what I feel like during that process is another example of me being the nerd of the band, because Andy will have this riff or this pattern or this phrase, or Jammie will, and we're trying to work it out. And I'm going, all right, so that's all good. What you did is we just added an extra count there, so it's just a regular measure, and then a 3, and then a 5, and it's going to be badass. But you got. So I'm like,
what's this numbers?
Yeah, trying to figure out how to make sure it sounds cool.
You got to know math if you're going to do music.
But I did want to. This is going to probably irritate these other guys, but I did want to mention. Speaking of our most recent single, the Degenerate Types, my favorite aspect of that song is the overall feel of it, and to me, it feels like it almost could have been an album cut on like Appetite for Destruction. To me, there's a very
It's got a bite to it.
It's got a GNR.
It does have a GNR vibe.
It sounds like one of their faster, upper tempo tunes.
Like
to
You
me.
Could Be Mine, kind of.
Yeah, and that's just because we wear our influences on our sleeves. It's not because we're trying to be GNR.
Yeah, we're just a rock band.
And I used to hear other bands say that, and I never knew what it meant until I was in this band.
Yeah.
And now I know what it means. Like, holy cow, it sounds like a song I've heard before, but I really haven't.
It's got grit and attitude in that city, like that rough city, it's
Degenerate.
about degenerates.
Yeah.
It's about these degenerates who are walking around on opiates and fucking their lives up.
Another
And
generation.
that's what the song's about. It's about, and some of those people are, ruining the world.
If the
Basically.
drums sound a little like anxious, it's because outside of the groove section of the tune, I tried to play it as though I was with anxiety. Anxiety was in the back of my mind because I was thinking Degenerate Types, so that's why it sounds like there's a couple of incomplete fills because somebody who's that was the only thing that was going through my head when I was working on that song.
Yeah, plus Kenny was whacked out of his mind on pills.
Very method. Very Daniel Day-Lewis.
Anxiety.
I'm kidding.
Yeah.
He is a degenerate.
Full disclaimer, I am 100% joking.
No, actually, I also turn it around in the song where I'm like, what's the drug for you? I'm not talking about drugs. I'm talking about what gets you high.
Yeah,
Is it music? Is it love? Is it what is it that motivates you?
Maybe
Basically,
sometimes it might be
drugs, right?
maybe it is drugs. I'm not into drugs,
Let's not go into that.
but I'm just saying that's what it's about. It's about whatever. And I say that at the end of the song, whatever gets you high. I meant if it's love, if it's sports, whatever you're motivated by in life, whatever drives you. What if that's your drug that drives you? That's what I meant by that.
I don't trust a drug counselor unless he did drugs himself.
That words of wisdom off camera is Randy, by the way. If you've
I'm
been
hearing voices.
Yeah, if you hear voices every now and then, that is my good friend Randy. I'll give him a shout out.
Our number one fan, Randy.
Number one fan.
He's our Robin Quivers
Right.
to our Howard.
It's funny.
Would you like to make a cameo on this video, Randy?
He walked over this way.
Big Randy.
Everybody, where you at? Oh,
The man Randy.
He's the one fan.
At least there's only one camera. I didn't have to tell you. I'll point at that one.
I was on the opposite side. I was expecting to come from this side, but I couldn't.
Yeah, it's all backwards.
Randy, if you didn't do that, you could have faked hey guys, I gotta get going pretty soon. I got that calendar shoot. I don't want to be late for it.
Yeah, Randy. He's a model in his free time.
We love Randy.
Back on the rails. So obviously the previous EP, Emotions in Gear, I believe that was 2020. I want to say it was 2019.
God, was it 19?
I don't know. What
Been
year
that
it is,
long.
bro.
I think it
A
was.
couple years ago.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's been a little bit
It's been a
since
bit.
you've released an EP or an album.
Yeah.
So how is this new one that you're currently working on? How is that going to compare to the previous work, Emotions in Gear?
Well, the production's going to be better as far as producing, and I'm talking about giving Praise the Fallen its sound, not just, recording guitars, bass, and drum, but giving it its sound. Like if you listen to Degenerate Types, like the way that intro, Wayne thinks like that, stuff like that, a little more. And like Andy said, we work with Wayne because he's close here. We can go back and forth. And
Constantly.
we did that EP with Nick in 2 days. Is that right?
Something like that, 2-3 days or something, like a full session.
Right.
Yeah.
And we probably could have, I'm sure Nick could have produced it too.
Oh, yeah.
But that wasn't just on, Nick. That was also on us, where we're limited time because we're going to Illinois,
Yeah,
So here,
we were trying to get some new music on record with this current lineup as quickly as possible.
Yeah.
That was part of our.
yes, that was part of it
To get
too.
some stuff out. I think the way that I see, how is this going to compare to Emotions and Gear? We've been together as a band for longer, so it's going to be tight as fuck.
Yeah.
Like all the sounds, all the music is going to be really tight,
It's a
and
little
like
darker and angrier.
the songs that we have on there are going to be like encompass a wide variety of genres. I think.
Yes.
If you think about Degen is a pretty fast rocking song.
Gritty
and we're gonna
rock,
have Hollow
punk,
Man,
metal.
which is gonna float in between kind of some some Tool influences that you'll see in there, and then some softer stuff, and then Temporary is more a softer kind of 3 Days Grace sort of song, and then Passion and Distance is we're gonna kind of let the metal out a little bit.
Yeah.
with
Show our
those
hard
two,
edge.
We've also had a couple of years that have been a lot more emotional than normal, not just for us, but for everybody. And so that definitely comes out.
I think that
in
comes,
music.
definitely comes through.
I can hear it.
Yeah.
We're putting a lot in, are putting our hearts into this. I mean, what I went through, of course. I got a lot to say.
It's for you, and I know for everyone for the past couple of years, I think everyone has a lot to say, or at least a lot of emotions they want to get out in some way.
Yeah. Open your eyes, people. Be grateful. That's what I got to say. That's the main thing in life. Be grateful. Open your eyes.
Would you recommend people seize the day?
Seize the day. Don't take life for granted.
Carpe Diem.
Yeah.
Don't go pissing your life away.
Don't go pissing your life away.
We all live on borrowed time.
Right? It's true. I wrote that before that happened to me.
Yeah.
And it's true. That song has way more, has even much more meaning now after that had happened to me. And his daughter made a painting of the lyrics and that. It touched my heart. It's the best gift I ever got in my life, man. It'll never be forgotten. You want a hug?
I got to give credit where credit's due. I didn't ask her to do that.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
I think what it was is she was listening to a lot of the conversations that I was having with the rest of the bandmates and that the wife was having with the wives and girlfriends about the level of stress and worry that everyone was under because of his situation and because of the world at large. And then it landed right on our front doorstep personally. So I think she was just trying to think of a way to help lower all of our collective stress levels.
In a big way. Yeah.
I'm proud of my kids for being aware of others and empathetic. If they learn nothing else from me, I hope they learn that.
Yeah.
I think they definitely have.
She's getting deep in here.
By the way, Kenny's sponsored by Adidas.
Yeah. I want to be.
He's wearing
Adidas
Nike.
shoes, pants, hat.
You have the full get up.
Yeah. And I've never played sports ever in my entire life.
Oh, you got Nike. Something wrong here, dude.
Yeah.
Hey, whoa.
That's not right. You're throwing it off. One of these.
But he needs a sponsorship.
If they offer a sponsorship, I'll gladly change shoes.
I'll tag Adidas in this.
I have to talk about some of their labor practices, but that's another discussion for a different podcast.
Yeah, we're definitely venturing far off from what super cool radio is. But to the point, it was a beautiful looking painting, and plus just the sentiment and the idea behind it as well. I think it really hit, especially you wrote that song before, everything, but now you really can associate that song and really have a even extra meaning to it now.
We actually have two songs. That
it's ironic that it happened
two songs
like that.
the pandemic changed the meaning of. One is that, and the other one is Keep Your Distance.
Yeah, we wrote that before the pandemic. with the, keep your distance. Had nothing to do with
That song's
fighting people.
That song's about beating someone's ass. Think they're holier than thou.
Yeah. So, but it just goes to show how everything changes. As the years progress, things change in meeting, association with like different things change, and just the whole like way of thinking too really changed, especially since 2020. I know, honestly, everything has been changed so much.
A lot. The music industry's changed. They're grinding so hard out there. Last night or the other night, I was talking to Nicholas Bell from God Size Records, and we were talking, and he said, he goes, these days, man, you got to have a day job. He said that to me because I told him, hey, I know you usually work with touring bands and stuff like that. And he said, hey, man, we understand people have to have day jobs, but we're willing, possibly might work with them as far as putting us on some weekend shows and stuff. I said, we do weekends, man, because we work, we have to work,
And at least you get someone who can understand that. I know there's obviously some people
There's
out
some
there.
labels are like, no, you got to tour, go out there and sweat and make $300 a gig for the whole band, eat a sandwich and good luck. I've seen it, and my whole thing with us is like I was saying to these guys before, I said, you can get through that bullshit, man, with the right song. I believe that 110%.
Well,
I believe you write powerful songs that everybody wants to sing along to and everybody wants to be a part of, and you can dominate over that bullshit.
Didn't Dirty Honey within the last year have the #1 song on rock radio as an unsigned band?
Yes.
Was it?
They have
Really?
some type of management, but yes.
Yeah.
They're not signed to a label.
And it's coming to that. It's coming to that. Bands should focus on writing the best songs possible and don't worry about the other bullshit. That bullshit will come to you when you have the right songs.
And I also think, obviously having great music that sounds phenomenal is a very big part, but also you guys deliver a rock show too. There's some bands who like the music sounds great, but then I've seen them live and the feel's not there. You guys, you back it up. What you do in the studio, you back it up on stage.
Thank you.
Well, that means a lot because that's what we want to do.
I think when you play live, like some bands might forget this, but like no matter whether there's 2 people there or 100 people there, if you're on stage, you have to have more energy than anybody in that fucking building.
Right.
And sometimes I've seen people in the crowd, it's hard to match.
Oh yeah, you get some people in the crowd that got 15 beers in them, and they, but like when you're on stage, you got to bring fucking energy because people have to feed off of that. If you go up there and you're playing and you're like taking a nap,
We feed off each other.
you
We feed
play
off
a
the
rock
crowd.
show,
They
yeah.
feed off us.
Well, and these two guys kind of make up for Jamie and I, because Jamie is stuck to the microphone.
You guys are
area.
tethered, yeah.
Yeah, kind
And,
of.
and I clearly am stuck in one spot. You never know what these guys are up to. I'll look up and they're both gone.
I took a really good photo of Andy in the crowd. And
With his tongue out?
Yeah.
We use that on the poster.
I took a photo from the show. From the last show. I saw you guys with another Lost Year in Dark Sun and Mud Creek and everybody.
Yeah.
I took a really good photo. I'll put that up in the video for people who can see it. It looked awesome.
There were a lot of people at that show that were like standing back by the bar.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm gonna come get you guys.
Every time I see you, you're always in the crowd. I know Steven, you bring a lot of energy.
Well, it's a party, man. Let's have some fun.
Like that's, and it's like you got a wireless. Like most of the stages we play on aren't like it's not a stadium where like it's
30 miles long.
You can't run around and stuff. So
We don't.
Right.
You can't stand still playing the kind of music we play.
No, you can't.
Right. Like, it's not a coffee shop.
We're going to get you off your
It's
ass.
gonna be funny. Praise the phone and playing your regular set in a coffee shop.
Yeah, it would be a great prank.
It's probably that I probably just touched on something because that's probably why, in the 3 years, a little bit more than 3 years that Andy and I have been in the band, the biggest and best shows where we got the best reaction, signed the most post-set autographs, were where we were on a big stage and outside. I think we
Headwaters
translate
Park.
to that 10 arena
years.
rock kind of
Energy.
I think we translate to that.
Well, yeah, you guys are way too powerful for I've known Jammie and Praise the Fallen for over 7 years. It's just they have to wean themselves out of the bars, out of the
Yeah, I mean they have their
little
place.
places.
You know,
It's still fun to play
It is.
where you have people right in your face.
But when you
Yeah,
got somebody
you know.
come up there constantly, turn it down, you guys, it's too loud. That gets to be a bitch.
Or you have no one show up. at
We've
all.
had some places like that. It's like, well, we're not the band for you.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
But you guys,
And you learn, and you're just like, okay, we won't play here again. Hey, whatever.
You guys shut it down.
On to the next one.
Just find places that
But we're not
like
forgotten. That's for sure. We were like last summer, man. We did a lot of national shows, a lot. And that's something too that you can take the small shows. There's nothing wrong with that too. But once you get to, we work hard. We practice every week, two times a week. And if we're not doing that, we're grinding on this stuff at home. Like he said, this is all we do outside of our jobs. We're passionate about this, and we work hard at it to where we want to get to that. We are at that level now where we could play those big rock fests and hold our own with any national.
Definitely.
for sure.
Definitely.
You know what I mean? We're at that level to where, yeah, we're not snubbing our nose. We're not too good to play. We just played Cheers. Cheers has always be a part of my heart. I played there for years, but it's down the road. Like you said, we keep it local in the winter, but in the spring and summer, we're branching out. We're expanding more and more and more every year. More music, more expansion, more videos.
I feel like I need to send a thank you out to all the nationals that we have played with.
Oh, yeah.
We've played with
And promoters.
No one has ever. If you've seen us play, you know that I show up with a big monster drum kit on its own riser and on wheels.
They're intimidated by that when they
no
see
one
it.
else
I've seen
does.
bands get intimidated by
No,
that
I
too.
never see anyone else do that, and I've always been afraid at some point there's going to be some national band that's going to say we don't want that on our stage, because when it's up there, usually you can't see
Their drum kit.
theirs that's been backlined.
Or their banner or whatever.
Yeah, but our band and our style of music is the kind of music that, at least when this music nerd pictures us on stage, the drummer needs to be off the ground.
Yeah.
No,
And-
it's part of our thing.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
And I don't know why that's not thought of more often, but
Part of the show.
it's
And
We're probably going to influence people. You're going to see more
Yeah.
bands doing
And
what we're doing.
and it
You know
does
what I mean?
pay dividends. Like
Oh, it does.
It's
What I
always-
see is what you guys are
Yeah.
independent. So you guys are independent. You're doing great as being an independent man. So you got to get on and off stage as quick as possible.
We do.
Yes.
And you don't have roadies.
We're like
you don't have
ninjas
roadies.
when
You
it comes
don't
to
have,
that.
you guys, and the bare minimum stuff that you guys use. I see guys with all them racks behind them with all
Yeah.
this shit.
412 cabinets and
Like,
stuff.
Okay, I understand maybe some of the shit is useful, but I don't hear no difference.
Dude, that shit cracks me
I
up.
don't hear no
You're
difference.
still turning it all
I do not
the
hear no
You
difference.
got all that, and you're barely even turning
Oh,
it up.
Jamie and I play with
212
212 cabinets
Yeah.
and 250 and
And
a
I don't
50 watt
hear no-
amp each one of us.
Yeah.
And we probably turn it up to 3 or 2. And then I see like some bands come on with like a full stack, 200 watt heads, and I'm like,
Oh,
what are you
no,
turning?
yeah.
Is that on? Like,
Then they got a rack
you
of
know what
shit
I'm
behind
saying?
them. Rack of shit behind them. I'm like, I'm thinking, okay,
Why are you breaking
maybe
your back
I know
over
what some of that
that?
stuff is, but I don't hear no difference.
I wouldn't want to carry all that stuff.
Well, and that's the thing with tune amps too. It's like you have to turn them up to a certain point to where the
Right.
distortion gets perfect, and typically that's pretty fucking loud.
Right.
So like having a smaller head, you can get that
Right.
sweet distortion.
Usually the best guitarists you see live are the guys that have a little Fender combo up on an angled
Yeah,
stand
man.
But yeah,
with a microphone in front of it.
Exactly.
yeah.
Just the,
Somebody, I was
Yeah.
talking,
worried about tone.
somebody told me, well,
Exactly.
it was actually Jim Davis, my friend.
How about-
He said it's not just your amp and your tone, it's also in the player.
It is.
That
Oh, of
gives
course. Yes.
that gives the guitar player the sound. Like
It's
I've had
the-
people come in like,
Yeah.
dude, I love your guitar tone. I'm like, what? It's clean and dirt. There's a little reverb, and that's it. That's all I have. I don't use no
Right.
rack. I don't use nothing.
Yeah.
It's clean and dirt. It's
Right.
it. They're like, I love your tone. It's like it's in the hands,
You know, I
man.
can see Andy
It's the
playing
way
a
you
shitty
play.
guitar, as long as you tune the sound of it, and the strings are not, fucking way up. You can play.
Right.
You can play any of these songs. I mean, it's in the
Right.
player.
I don't make,
You know what I mean?
as far as my guitar playing is not difficult, but my non-difficulty plus his intricate stuff makes our sound. Andy and I work great together. And then Steven's moving bass line, you know, that's the PTF sound, man.
Yeah, you guys really have a good sound, and honestly, like the way I've seen you guys quite a few times, so you guys are very professional with getting everything set up, getting everything torn down.
Yeah.
You're someone like you're in and out.
Oh, dude, it's a process, man. It's a science. Like,
It's a marathon. It's a marathon. You're an athlete up there.
Steven?
When you're playing for them national bands, it's pretty much like as soon as you get done that last show or last note, you gotta unplug your cord and fly.
You gotta,
Yeah.
And the
Look, it
fact
comes
is,
into your set time.
it's born out of necessity because the fact is the more time it takes you, the less time you get to play.
Yeah.
And you know, when you're playing a 9-piece drum kit with 8 cymbals and 2 hi-hats.
That would take you 20 minutes to set up, other than
Right.
5.
Right. So, and you know, so nothing gets torn down between shows, and it's also the exact same drum kit, so you can play with you know, a blinder on and still know exactly where everything is.
Right.
And
You're gonna try that
these
first?
guys, when we were when we were first doing that, there was a little bit of like hesitation among my bandmates, but after we played a couple of shows and we all got good at knowing what our job was.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think anybody gets on or vacates a stage as quickly and as efficiently as we do.
No.
I don't think so.
Yeah, you learn how to do that.
Well, and just being you guys don't have roadies. You guys, it's just really you guys.
Well, yeah,
occasionally, you know,
You're looking at the roadies.
But
Yeah.
Right. We're the band, the roadies, the
I've
actors,
seen
the
other bands, but
musicians.
they also have like 10 other people helping them, you know, tear down and everything. So
Yeah.
it's like,
You know?
I mean, we got some friends like, you know, Rob, Randy, you know, like some
Yeah, they help us out.
You know
We
what I
have
mean?
friends if they're there.
But, yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
but not like a
I've
consistent
done other
crew.
things to see how far I could take it. Like all the mics on my drum kit, except for the kick drums, are inside and built into the drums.
They're already installed.
I saw that in the last show. I was checking it
when I
out.
first did that, I was worried because, you know, some sound guys have their own preferences, their own equipment, and I get it. I don't want to get in their wheelhouse about it because I'm not a sound guy.
Yeah.
But so far, since I did that, every single show they've used my mics.
Yeah,
And they love
you
it.
just hand them
All
along.
you gotta do is
Yeah.
plug in the cables to the drums.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
checking it out because you were wheeling out at the last show, so I was checking it out. And I was pretty impressed with it.
It's less
enjoyed it.
stuff in your way, plus
Yeah.
it isolates the sound between the toms. This mic isn't picking up the neighboring drums also.
Yeah.
And let's
So it
face
sounds
it, it
clean.
stands out and makes a statement. We're here to rock.
Exactly.
And it's hard enough to see me back
You know
there.
when you see that kit, that dude's gonna be a serious drummer.
It's worse if there's mics also in the way. You know, it's hard
No,
enough to see.
you know, when you see that kid, everybody's like, man, that guy better know how to play that thing. That's basically what people are thinking when they, you know what I mean? Really,
I hope that's
they're
what
like,
they think.
well, they're just waiting for him to start banging on them.
Yeah.
Exactly. Well, we've come to a new segment here. Have not had a chance to do this yet. I know Andy's really looking forward to
I'm
this.
excited.
So this is the game show segment here on Super Cool Radio. This is the generic music questions game show, if anyone's wondering. So it means I have 5 questions for you guys, and it's multiple choice.
Okay.
You have a 33 and a third chance of winning.
What do I win?
I don't know yet. It's all made up, and the points don't matter. You still have a Super Cool Radio face towel?
I have that.
Okay, well then that's all I have.
reference to.
And I always forget. I always bring it with me and I leave it in the truck.
All right, what's
My
trivia
shit.
question
I'm on
number
stage
1?
sweating. I got a bar towel because I forgot your towel.
I didn't
I
see
had
it
it one
last
time on
time.
the speaker though.
Yes,
To promote you. So
and I
To
appreciate
help
it.
you out.
I'm getting more colors of that, so I'll give you a different one.
Matt's doing a good job, everybody. You gotta watch his
Yes, he
interviews.
I
A lot of great
appreciate
fans
it.
out there, man.
I do a lot of hard work that people don't have to. So,
There's a lot of bands out there. There are a lot of bands out there.
oh yeah, there's a lot of bands.
We love Super Cool Radio.
Oh, thank you.
Stay frosty.
Hey, I'm supposed to finish the interview with that. Oh, come on, you stole my thunder. Man, I'll have to edit that out and put Sarah in heaven. All right. So, it seems like I think Andy's going to know this question, but we'll see. Which band was Eric Clapton not in? We got Blind Faith, Queens of the Stone Age, or Cream?
Oh, Blind Faith. No, he was in Queens of the Stone
Was he?
Age. Blind Faith.
Eric Clapton.
definitely Blind Faith.
Yeah, Blind Faith.
It's Queens of the Stone Age.
When was he in Queen?
Eric Clapton was not in Queens of the Stone Age.
What am I thinking of?
Not Eric Clapton.
Oh, I'm thinking of...
Blind Faith was with
I
Steve
shot the
Winwood,
sheriff
right?
before, not-
Yes.
Steve
So
Winwood
you
and
guys
Eric.
going Queens of
Listen,
Stone Age?
Steve Winwood.
Stone Age.
Steve Winwood and Eric Clapton
What's
were
the
some
right
blind
answer?
faith.
Oh, yeah.
He's absolutely correct.
Queens of the Stone Age.
Yeah. See, I put too much pressure on you, so
You
I'm not
did.
gonna say.
You definitely did.
He said it with so
Yeah.
much seriousness.
Well, honestly, I just started listening to Blind Faith.
That's also Traffic, right?
Like, really?
Steve Winwood was in Traffic.
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
All right, keep them coming.
Okay, so I'm not going to count any, but so you guys off to a good start. It is Queens of the Stone Age. All right, so second, Weird Al Yankovic, known for his music parodies. Which artist has he not done a parody of? We have Miley Cyrus, Nirvana, or Prince.
Prince.
No, it's Miley Cyrus.
No, it's Prince.
I think it's Prince.
I don't think
100%
Prince
sure.
would let him.
Kenny's
Because
100%
Prince
sure.
wouldn't let him.
No, Prince won't
Because
let him.
he did a parody of Party in the USA by Miley
No,
Cyrus.
you're right.
Yeah, Prince won't let him.
It was about the CIA. He did a parody of their Smells Like Teen Spirit.
Yeah.
Smells like beans.
So, yeah, Prince wouldn't let him do
So
that.
by
All right, we're going with Prince.
Prince wouldn't let him do it.
It's
You're
Prince.
correct. Kenny's on this.
Prince would not let that happen.
Exactly, that's what
I don't
happened.
even think he asked Prince for anything. He go,
No, he did.
did he really?
Yeah, and Prince said no.
Oh,
For the
Man, no
record,
way, dude. Prince
Weird
would
Al
let that happen.
Yankovic can parody any of our songs. I love Weird Al Yankovic.
Oh, yeah, he's badass.
Weird Al, you got permission.
He's a legend.
Yes.
No one else. He's the Michael Jordan of whatever it is he does.
Yeah.
Whatever you want to call
I
it.
agree with
What if
that.
he played basketball?
But he doesn't. Whatever he does.
He's probably good at that too.
Well, he probably just distract you with the way, his facial expressions and hair and
his
stuff.
hair, shit.
I won a lip syncing contest at my middle school in 7th grade, singing "One More Minute" by Weird Al Yankovic.
See, the stuff we see, I wasn't even planning to hear that story
Drummer?
because of this.
Drummer's a nerd. He's a nerd.
All right.
Thanks, buddy.
Rush, Neil Peart was a nerd too, though.
All right, so some new news. There's some recent news, I'll say, in the last couple months. All right, so which legendary metal band played a pop-up show at the Metro in Chicago on September 20th, 2021?
Metallica.
I didn't even have to read any of that. Jeez.
One of my buddies
3
was
for
there
3.
texted me. Guess where I
It
am?
was like on a Tuesday or something. I forgot.
Yeah.
I saw the news that morning. So they have it on CD if anyone cares too.
I'm sure they do.
All right, this is gonna be interesting. If anyone played video games, you might get this one. Which iconic punk rocker lent his voice to the DJ in Grand Theft Auto 4? Is it Billy Joe Armstrong, Danzig, or Iggy Pop?
Oh, it's Danzig.
Iggy Pop.
I'm thinking it's Iggy. That doesn't sound like something Glenn Danzig would do.
Doesn't sound like anything the dude from Green Day would do either.
Oh, I'm thinking of what's his name from,
He's been saying this for every question. I'm thinking of this person.
what's that guy's name from Twisted Sister?
That's Dee Snider.
That's not
I'm thinking
punk
of Dee
music.
Snider.
It's like playing trivia with my grandma.
Oh,
What's that one guy?
All right.
Well, who's the one guy from the one
Oh,
thing?
Monopoly
Did
is
the
your
one
grandma.
thing.
Guy with the hair? All right, Iggy Pop.
Iggy Pop.
4 for 4.
All right.
Sounds like an Iggy Pop.
Last band, I think you guys are gonna get this one, but we'll see.
Did you know that Iggy Pop also did the voice in Black Sunshine and White Zombies album?
Oh, I definitely did.
Huh?
I'm a huge Iggy Pop fan.
This is
I didn't
Black
know
Sunshine.
I saw him perform like 4 years
True
ago.
Lost
What?
Exorcisto.
Yeah.
I want to see
Lost
that.
Dude,
Exorcisto?
I saw him
That's
at
Iggy
Riot
Pop.
Fest in Denver,
Okay.
and we still got it. Well, he had it then.
He's immortal. I don't think he's gonna
Iggy
die.
Pop. I saw him perform for when I lived in Denver.
Really?
At Riot Fest, yeah.
I've never seen that.
On the same bill as System of a Down. That was fucking awesome.
That's
Oh,
a show.
Oh, it was
That's a show.
It was something. Let's just say that. The whole, like normally at a show there's a mosh pit in the front. The whole
Everywhere.
crowd was fucking
Well,
happy.
That's like a corn pit.
Oh, it was so awesome.
Just a sea of
Iggy,
blood
the
everywhere.
Stooges, MC5, those guys,
Yeah.
they started American metal.
Yeah.
Yeah, and punk and
And punk.
the punk music, which by the way, MC5 not in the Hall of Fame, they really should be.
Oh, man.
I read that. I just listened to that Audible book about the Detroit Rockers. Did you
I
heard about
no.
that?
Yeah.
And they were talking about the MC5 and Ted Nugent and Iggy Pop, and that was really interesting. I forgot what it was called, but it's a book about the Detroit rock scene, and I really liked that. It was cool.
The Detroit is like legendary for like just
Alice Cooper.
Oh yeah, I was going to say, if you weren't going to say it, I was going to say it.
Alice Cooper was
Eminem.
always coming through. They lived like out in this. They stayed out in this farmhouse. Did you hear about that out there?
Slim
and shit?
Shady.
You gotta check out that
I love
book.
it too.
I'll send it to you. I'll send you the link.
No,
It's on Audible.
All right, so which band was banned from St. Louis after causing a riot in 1991? They played their first show back in 2017.
Guns N' Roses.
All right, so that's was all the music questions I have. As you can see, I didn't even have to read half of them.
G and F and R, man.
You can't stomp the Trumps,
The world's most dangerous
Trump.
band.
Man, see,
I missed that show.
huh?
I missed that
And
show.
some people
I love
die in
that metal show.
Some people get crushed
Yeah.
to death or die or
Can't
something,
stomp the
it
Trump.
does with the
or they had
whole-
riots because they walked off
Yeah.
stage or something.
They destroyed the new band.
Yeah,
Axl
okay.
Rose.
They actually tore up chairs.
Yeah.
That was also the tour with Metallica.
They destroyed the venue. They
Yeah.
literally the riot
Oh,
caused
we know.
so much damage to the venue. It was considered.
Seats were torn out and stuff
Yeah.
and thrown
It
everywhere.
was. It was.
Yeah.
nuts.
That's heavy metal.
Isn't that
That's
pretty
fucking
rock and roll.
isn't that also why the Metallica GNR
Or have a lot of
I think so. Yeah.
Doesn't take all that time to do that.
sockets in it.
GNR are the world's most dangerous band.
All right, so that was a game show segment. As you can see, just ask Kenny. He knows everything.
He's the brains of the band.
All right, so as we're kind of wrapping up this interview, I've been talking to you guys for almost an hour now. So, what kind of killer shows you got lined up?
We're opening for Native Sons at Rockstar Lounge, April 16th in Fort Wayne. We possibly might have a national show. I'm going to find out next week at Pierre's, possibly. September 30th, we're playing Muse on Main. And we're playing Muse on Main, and we're going to play with this band called Betrayal.
We got Smile on Your Soul in September.
We got Smile Empty Soul, September 4th at Cheers. We're opening for them.
Shout out people.
Upheaval. We're trying to push the Upheaval thing.
Links in the description for that.
We're trying to get. Trying to get bookings. We're slated for Rock on the River in May, mid-May, at Headquarters Park in Fort Wayne. We don't know who the national is, but we're on that.
Nice.
So I've already been told we're on that. So, yeah. So gigs are starting to flow in. Meanwhile, we're writing music, recording. I'm doing my solo thing too. We're just busy, working on this EP mainly.
Yeah.
Pushing this new music out, and we're gonna do a couple videos here. The guy that did the video at the Hobart Art Theater, my buddy Scott Heath, he's gonna probably do our music video for Degen and Hollow
Nice.
Man.
Nice. Well, I look forward to it. Sounds like you guys got some really great stuff coming up for this year. As you said, you guys are really going to be cranking out for this year, I think.
I think we're gonna be busy, man.
Oh, yeah.
It's looking like it. We're getting a lot of attention. It seems like it's trickling in a little bit. I'm noticing the social media likes going up, and
It's going to be an interesting year.
our
for sure.
likes are going up on our Facebook already. I'm noticing.
Smash that like button and hit subscribe.
Yeah, start listening to the streaming stuff too. We've got 3 albums out there and lots of singles out there. So there's music definitely out there you can listen to by us. We have a website, ptfband.com.
Instagram.
Yeah,
Instagram.
the Instagram. Is that just Praise the Fallen? Is that what it is?
Yep.
That's Praise the Fallen music.
Praise the Fall on Facebook.
Praise the Fallen
Praise the
music.
Fall on Instagram. Praise the Fall on YouTube.
Right. Praise the Fallen music on Instagram.
Yeah,
Praise the
okay.
Fallen music
Yeah.
on Facebook.
Sorry.
Don't we
Praise
have a
the Fallen.
TikTok or something too?
Yeah, we have a TikTok too.
Yeah,
I don't dance though.
we're hip.
Maybe you should. Amy, you're going to dance on there?
I don't even know. Weird.
That's the point.
Yeah, true.
We're doing all that stuff, but
Yeah.
we're mainly focused on our show, our music, and making a statement with that. Our performance is really important to us.
Well, I definitely look forward to seeing how you guys progress this year, and I've heard you might be kicking up the stage show a little bit with some fun stuff, including lights. So I
Yeah,
look forward
we're
to
talking
that.
about that. Yeah, I think we should. We definitely want to do that. Some stages are too small for that. We have a big LED sign of Praise the Fallen in red that lights up. Can't wait to use that. We'll probably use that in our own headlining show once we play the Morris Civic Auditorium,
Well, that's coming up like next week, right?
Yeah. Well, they should call us, really. I mean,
Well, after seeing this
Yeah.
interview,
Yeah, I think when we have Soldier Field coming up too.
Yeah.
So we'll be there, and then
We have plenty
Madison
across the
Square
street from Teddy Bear, or from We played at the
Well, yeah, MSG. That's in the
Yeah.
fall, I think.
Yeah, Wembley.
Wembley. Yeah.
Are you gonna play Mars for Elon Musk?
We're gonna start
We'll
gonna
be
play
the
the
first
actual
ever
terraforming.
Riot
metaphor.
Fest. We're playing Riot
We're gonna
Fest.
do. Yeah, so,
Carnegie Hall in like September.
yeah, we're
Well,
playing with
remember-
the Manhattan Symphony Orchestra as well.
Metallica played on Antarctica, so I think we should go play.
Did they really?
Yeah, a
Yeah,
couple.
they did.
Go play
Yeah.
for Santa Claus?
Yeah.
dude,
Only if
Santa
you're good
loves
though.
metal.
Don't be on the naughty list.
Oh, I'm definitely on the naughty list.
Oh well, Santa
We
might
could
not
play a
like
show on
you.
an aircraft carrier sometime. That'd be fun.
So
We do that
so
for USA for free.
Big dreams. Big dreams.
that's all the stuff they're just doing tomorrow.
Just tomorrow.
All tomorrow.
Well, with your support, you might be able to see them at some music festivals and all that stuff. So make sure to check out Stream Support, give a like to Praise the Fallen. Thank you so much for hanging out here on Super Cool Radio for Andy, Steven, Kenny, and Jamie. I'm your host, as always, Matthew Thomas, the spirit of Super Cool Radio. Thank you so much for watching and listening. Don't forget there's Randy here as well. And remember to stay frosty.
Stay frosty.
Keep it frosty.